Tbate Wednesdays. But Chibi made a video called Author of Tbate End Series after terrible anime adaptation in 12 chapters? So the title is making me think, bro is quitting because the anime is doing that bad, which I find hard to believe. I feel like this is a clickbait title, right? Let's see some context though.
An anime done so poorly on a series that the author is having to wrap up the original source in just 12 chapters. That is what's being said a lot today on Reddit, on Twitter, on social media, on YouTube. I've seen a lot of comments on this, and the source from all of this is from the author himself, which if you zoom in here, you will
Light novel historian, baby. This motherfucker made yo. Shout out to Light Novel Historian, you know, but real ones know. But like, hold up, Turtle Me is literally referencing him right now. What? No. He is simply okay. I thought for a second this is Turtle Me's like Discord group chat being leaked again with him saying, "I can't believe this guy's talking shit about my show" or something. No. He's making a short with Turtle Me's Discord logs.
Which, if you zoom in here, you will see back in April 11th of last month, the author himself, Turtle Me, confirmed that he only has about 12 chapters left in the tank for the beginning after the end, and it will wrap up. And if you want to know when the anime actually started, it started on April 2nd of last month. So we were already a few weeks into the anime when these posts were made.
So basically, the anime has absolutely no impact on the conclusion of the source material. This was a plan from the beginning. He even is trying to thematically end it because, hey, I'm trying to end it on May 29th, chapter 529, right? 529, May 29th. It's my birthday, and it's Arthur's birthday too, right? Okay.
And if you don't remember or recall, around this exact same time, there was, a lot of information coming out about the author's statements of the anime, but also making a public post on Reddit saying that,
chapters.
they're aware of the criticism, they're aware of people that dislike the anime, they're aware of, they were a little bit naive about the entire situation.
I don't think a little bit naive. It is beyond naive to the point where I'm thinking, you can't be this stupid, right?
They basically acknowledged a lot of the things that people were talking about, with the beginning episodes of the beginning after the end. And with this overall post on, Discord, him actually stating that he wants to wrap the series up around chapter 529, this has led a lot of people to speculate that the series has done so poorly, the anime is being received so poorly that the author just wants to wrap it up. That's what a lot of people have been saying.
That's like a narrative that people want to spin off to, again, just complain, right? Because again, a lot of people are very upset and frustrated. Whenever people are frustrated, they want to point fingers and blame somebody. A lot of heat is going to Turtle Me, and for rightful reasons too. But I think that making this kind of schizo theory that, oh, see, you fucked up with the anime, now your source material ending too, that's not what's going on.
Since this information came out into the limelight, and it started spreading thanks to Ellen Historian here that made this video that has over 50,000 views already, and there's a bunch of posts now being spread all over the main.
Bro, he is a shorts farmer. Ellen Historian is, my god, you think I farm? Bro, he doesn't really make long-form content, but on his shorts tab, bro is pumping.
Official Reddits of, the beginning after the end. But let's get into the heart of the situation. It really has not been a good year for the beginning after the end, at least the last full year. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not even just talking about the anime. I'm talking about how the beginning after the end lost its artist because of just unfair changes in pay.
Oh yeah, this is the, apparently, is it Tapas's fault or is it Turtle Me's fault? But I hear the author who was basically critical for this show got done dirty in terms of payments, and it's just done, and now you have no good artists anymore.
And this is thanks to Tapas, from my understanding. I don't remember or know the full extent of the story, but I remember that there was some argument about pay for the
Fuyuki 23 right there,
artist for the beginning after the end, and thanks to that, the original artist had to step down. And I feel like thanks to this issue that happened about a year ago is more or less what is driving or probably pushing maybe the beginning after the end in such a hard spot as of late. That's my assumption. I could be wrong there, but obviously it's not been a good about year and a half.
Yeah, I don't think there is one absolute reason, right? But I think that all of these different things, like the anime doing bad, I doubt it. But the artist also being basically done dirty and leaving the project, these things definitely, add up to a final decision being made. So yeah, I think it definitely impacted.
half for the series, and it's pretty sad overall, because, I mean, I'm not completely caught up with the series, but the beginning after
the animators didn't even let the poor kidnapped girl run to her parents. Yeah, they didn't animate it that, right? Everything is basically, you only see the outcome, right? She's like, oh, mom and dad, oh, Tessia, and then boom, they're already hugging. And you have no clue how we went from point A to point B, right? You don't see the line from point A to point B like you will see in any anime. You simply see point A and point B, and everything in the middle is PowerPoint slided.
the end has legitimately just been non-stop an absolute dumpster fire. I mean, here's a random clip from an episode. You can see that the animators haven't even went out of their way to even animate a running scene to as she goes to.
My favorite thing also here is how they pan the camera, right? They'll like shake the cameras or they'll move the camera, but everything that you see, the art is standing still. Sometimes they'll add some flashy effects, speed lines, and different things to give, again, the illusions of animation happening. But here's the thing, bro. I think Tbate is doing better than Yaiba in Japan, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I have no numbers. I genuinely have no numbers, and I'm pulling this out of my ass, right? Just based off of the viewership that I see on YouTube and based on how well Tbate has been received in Japan domestically. Don't really hear many people talking about Yaiba. Yaiba, if you don't know, is one of the most compelling projects of the season in terms of just pure production value. But the story is so boring and dry to most people that they don't want to watch it. Tbate is the exact opposite, right? Where you have such shit production value, but the story is so compelling that many people will just keep watching because it's kind of hitting to that comfort zone of a lot of isekai enjoyers. So it's like, who's the real idiots if you think about it? If your goal from a pure business profitability, standpoint, if that's your goal, why would you put in that much effort into delivering a Sakuga masterpiece when no one is going to basically give it a watch? No one's going to actually support it compared to a shit project like this that gets carried by, right? So it's just unfortunate. That's what I've been talking about since the end of Blue Lock Season 2, that like, yo, this is going to be the new meta, right? God forbid, but once the producers and other studios and they kind of see that, we don't have to try. We can just have PowerPoint presentations, show up for moments that matter for a bit, and give these monkeys, the masses, some sort of recency bias and only remember the Sakuga moments and laugh about the PNG PowerPoint in a presentation and get away with it, and they'll still make money and we'll still eat it up. And that's the most fucked up thing about this, man.
To her parents or whatever, she just teleports there. It's really bad. When you have an entire main Reddit of the series just straight up mocking and mean.
Dragon and Freeren. Oh my god, the Freeren Dragon is so good. Dungeon Meshi. Mushoku Tensei. Dragon and Tbate. Yeah, okay. This Sylvia's face, as soon as she showed up, I started to laugh. Because I'm like, is that Gojo Satoru mewing right now? What's going on?
Memeing you, things have gotten pretty bad and out of hand. So I do think that, judging by how much interaction Turtle Meat, aka the author of the beginning after the end,
Titan,
has interacted with the community, he definitely sees this. He is definitely aware of this, and I think it's probably killing a lot of his motivation, probably killing a lot of his drive to continue a series, just seeing the community absolutely dumpstering on the anime. I know that
again, like, didn't he already announce it, right? Like, I'm sure this is gonna make him want to wrap up the project faster. But like, I don't think the pushback and the quote-unquote slander and the criticisms, right, which is all fair, I think, again, because he fucked up. Such a simple, neglect. Such an ignorant decision made without even doing the slightest bit of research, due diligence that could have been completed in less than a minute. Some random kid, right, from a Discord server could have pinged him and said, yo, Studio A-Cat's bad. Like this is not rocket science. This is not like he got set up. He got way too eager with trying to make an anime adaptation of first of his category of being an American webcomic published in Top House and stuff like that, right? Again, it's not a webtoon. This is a bit different because he's a Korean American publishing onto a different platform. It's just all of that combined, yeah, a lot of people can get upset. Are these things going to impact his decision to wrap things up faster? Maybe, but things were already set in stone before the anime, so again, it doesn't really matter, right?
Has to be devastating and depressing. I know I would probably feel depressed if I was in his shoes, and I've already talked about this in length about just maybe what happened and how the anime came to be like it is and his personal thoughts. I've talked about this already, so I'm not going to tread old ground, but what I will say is that I don't know necessarily if the announcement is him wanting to end it thanks to the poor reception of the anime, but the series is wrapping up. And as someone that is not caught up, but seeing what people have been saying, especially in this YouTube video, but also on this Reddit post, I'm not going to scroll down to spoil anyone too much, but basically it's very clear that in 12
I need to read this post. We need to go watch this show. I hope it doesn't spoil any of the story. It's probably out of context for us. It doesn't even matter to me.
chapters, the series is not probably going to be able to wrap up everything. It's not going to be able to potentially
Rushed ending.
conclude all the story threads that's been set up for a very long time.
That's pretty much any show though, right? Like, how many shows actually were able to wrap up all the mysteries and have a satisfying conclusion? Very few are able to do such a thing, right? There are examples, right, that have done it well, but damn, like, I think Mob Psycho, perfect ending. Mob Psycho season 1, 2, 3, genuinely perfect ending. Loved it. Wrapped up every little bit, had a beautiful characterization and the development and the growth. It is genuinely godlike conclusion. But that can't be said for a lot of the other animes. Every anime, no matter how well it does, usually just fucks up at the end.
And even though we want to acknowledge what the author said, that he wants to make the chapters extra longer, will it be enough to really clarify and give proper conclusions to everything? I doubt it will, because regardless if he tries to settle every plot point, an ending will never be able to satisfy everyone. That's just...
It's fine. The anime will. No matter how garbage it may be, people keep eating this shit up, like myself. We're gonna get season 2. We're gonna get season 3. All the things that the source material couldn't do, the anime will deliver. Have faith, guys.
How it is. There'll always be people that dislike it, but the best thing is if the ending makes sense and at least completes the core objective and goal that the series set out from the first chapter. That is at the very least what an ending should do. Can it do that? We shall see. But yeah, this is some pretty heartbreaking news for a lot of people that are beginning after the end fans, and I'm sad to see that. I mean, 12 chapters, it's wrapping up. Like, that's wild, man. It has not been a really good month, a very good year, or even 2 years for the series. It just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, considering like the artist getting done dirty and leaving and all of these different things that's impacting the project and having a negative spotlight on it. Man, the Tbate fandom, they're like on suicide watch, huh? I hope they're just kind of memeing around and kind of just taking it, you know, leaning into the jokes rather than getting triggered and being upset, right? I think the best way to handle cases like this is to just kind of, hey, it is what it is, right? Things happen. Let's just make the most of it and have some fun rather than being triggered little babies crying on the ground like, you know, mama's not gonna buy your favorite snack at the grocery store. Let's just, you know, enjoy the train wreck. Let's just enjoy the dumpster fire of the end and just get the popcorn out.
And I can't help but, you know, but feel really bad for, you know, the beginning after the end. It's just, it's been continuously getting shafted, and, yeah, here we are. But I'll leave it at that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching me.
He loves me? Oh my goodness. I definitely want to check out the Reddit post and the light novel historian short. Hopefully it's not going to spoil too much. Let's see some of the comments. Author already said volume 2 will be the last one. It got delayed. Yeah, we already know about that. To be fair, he already said that. True. If that's true, that's damn sad. This is why anime adaptations needs to be good in terms of animation. If not, people disinterested look for actual source, light novel, manga, etc. You are correct about this take. However, for Tbate, the anime is doing pretty well. In Japan, at least, right? Like, it is an actual thing, though. Like, many people will never check out source material if the anime is bad. Like, the idea, and Tbate Turtle Me said this, you know, in the interview, that like, oh, not in the interview, in the Discord messages, that even if things go bad, I hope that people will check out the source material, right? If the people's first impression of an anime is that garbage, they're not going to be incentivized. Some people maybe, right? Those people are probably the outliers that are super sweaty and have heard from the grapevines of the anime community and light novel community that like, oh, this is actually such a great piece of work, you should check it out. So yeah, those people will check it out. But for the most people, I think that's never the majority, and a lot of people will just drop it. I wouldn't say they animated and want to end it. Yeah, it's just Chibi clickbaiting. The commenter basically just saying, Chibi, you're wrong. This project was already gonna end. You just fucking made a clickbait title to get views on YouTube. But hey, it is what it is, bro. It's just a game of YouTube. Please check out Chibi's channel. Here's a link to the video. Go give it a like. Check out his other content, and I will see you next time.